In her popular memoir, The Woman in Me, Britney Spears asserts that her father, Jamie Spears, tightly controlled her eating habits during his time as her conservator. And Britney states that her dad frequently commented on her weight, even calling her fat.
I was told I was fat every day. I had to go to the gym.
As well as he imposed a rigid diet on her, and he wanted to have control over keeping her body in the perfect shape so that she could earn more money for him. This is what Britney Spears goes on to write in her memoir. The irony was that we had a butler and extravagance, and I would beg him for real food. She at times even pleaded to get a burger or some ice cream to eat, you know?
Is it true you banned junk food, smiles, candy, sunshine, and laughter from your femme fatale tour?
Yes it is.
However, her appeals were reportedly turned down due to the strict directives from her father. Britney Spears goes on to make these claims in her book also. So for 2 years, I ate almost nothing but chicken and canned vegetables. 2 years is a long time to not be able to eat what you want, especially when it's your body and your work and your soul making the money that everyone's living off of. 2 years of asking for French fries and being told no, I found it so degrading. I could imagine going 2 weeks without a burger, at least, right? Just imagine 2 years. Britney then reveals that since someone else controlled her food choices, she no longer felt ownership over her body. And she admits this, and I quote, "I felt scared, I'll be honest. I was effing miserable." Despite the rigorous diet though, she noticed that she was still gaining weight, which of course is the opposite of what her father wanted. And here's how Britney describes this strange phenomenon, you know, on such a strict diet, but still gaining weight. Here's what she said. "Even though I wasn't eating as much, he made me feel so ugly and like I wasn't good enough. Maybe that's because of the power of your thoughts. Whatever you think you are, you become." Her memoir goes on to expose even more details, and she said that she obeyed her father's orders because she was so beaten down that she just surrendered. And Britney reveals that she had grown used to people commenting on her body due to media scrutiny and family discussions.
Britney Spears has been faced with a decade-long nightmare, a Kafkaesque nightmare, orchestrated by her father.
And despite her being able to carry children, as well as performing flawlessly on stage, and in pretty good condition physically, she found it strange that every single calorie that she put in her body was being monitored for somebody else's profit. And she noted further frustration, saying that she was the only one who found this situation completely unreasonable. Other people were like, yeah, it makes sense that your diet is so restricted and your calories are all being counted like this. Yeah, it does. She's the only one that was like, what is this? And guys, take a listen to this excerpt from the book. "My family would stay in Destin, a pretty beach town in Florida, at a ridiculously beautiful condo that I bought for them, and eat good tasting food every night while I was starving and working." Wow, this sounds like slavery, guys. In addition to all of that, Britney Spears also asserts that her father, Jamie, compelled her to undergo rehab in 2014 during her Las Vegas residency, stating, "I'm Britney Spears now." And this of course insinuated it was pretty much all for financial gain. Like he was in charge of her persona and that was it. She had to listen to him, whatever he said. Although her 13-year conservatorship ended in November 2021,
I'm so pleased and proud to say Jamie Spears is no longer a conservator.
Jamie was suspended from his guardianship responsibilities almost 2 months earlier due to alleged abusive behavior.
Inside Britney Spears' messy court battle with her father, Britney Spears and father Jamie Spears continue to battle in court nearly 2 years after her conservatorship was officially terminated.
Britney Spears, as a judge, finally rules that after 13 years, her conservatorship is no more.
But their attorneys have very different perspectives perspectives as to why the legal dispute is ongoing. The pop icon's lawyer, former federal prosecutor Matthew Rosengart, explains that the heart of this case has been resolved despite the outstanding financial matters.
That's already in process, and it will continue for as long as it can possibly do that to get justice for Britney.
I cannot specify the exact amount of money, but let's just say that Britney is finally free from her father's control and has enough cash to build a mansion on Mars, quips Rosengart. And while Jamie's attorney Vivian Thoreen believes that every penny of the pop star's $60 million fortune was spent in her best interest. But jokes aside, the ongoing legal saga has sparked a larger conversation about the rights of conservatees and the often murky role of conservators. Many have called for reform in the current system, which allows for extensive control over an individual's personal and financial decisions.
So I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day and being able to have the keys to my car and being able to be independent and feel like a woman.
And while Britney's case may be unique due to her celebrity status, it has shed light on the thousands of other individuals who are under conservatorship, as Rosengart puts it. So as we eagerly await the outcome of this legal battle, let's not forget to also push for necessary changes in our justice system. And who knows, maybe Britney will use her newfound freedom and riches to become the first pop star on Mars. After all, she's already proven that she can survive in a toxic environment. Let's just hope Britney gets the last laugh and finds her happily ever after outside of court. Britney won when we obtained the court-ordered suspension of her father. Britney won when she was freed from an abusive 13-year conservatorship, the noted trial attorney tells Page 6 exclusively.
I'm a Sagittarius. I'm very keen on freedom.
All of the pending fee applications would have been withdrawn and it would have been a complete and total walkaway. Page 6 first reported that Britney and Jamie were engaged in settlement talks in September 2022. After a judge ruled in the toxic singer's favor to both have her father sit down for a deposition and blocked his request to have her deposed, a source told us it became a logical time to renew discussions. After being deprived of certain fundamental rights for 13 years, Britney's civil liberties were restored, and that's always what this was about. Jamie's attorney Alex Weingarten tells Page 6, though, that he has allegedly tried to bring an end to Britney's and his client's legal battle when he first got involved with the case and then again last summer, but to no avail. He claims Rosengart only wanted to finish the case with Jamie Spears in handcuffs. Looks like Britney's attorney is not afraid to speak his mind. And let's be honest, he does have a point. Why drag out the legal battle when you can just end it with some good old-fashioned handcuffs? It's hard to ignore the satisfaction that comes with seeing someone in handcuffs, especially after causing so much drama and strife. But on a serious note, this legal battle is no laughing matter. Britney's fight for freedom from her conservatorship has shed light on the flaws and injustices of the legal system, specifically when it comes to protecting the rights and autonomy of individuals who are in conservatorships. And while it's easy to make jokes about handcuffs and Jamie Spears,
not even a health scare can get Britney Spears to reconcile with her estranged father. Nope, Jamie Spears has reportedly lost his leg, but sources are saying Britney still has no plans to make amends. An insider tells Page 6 that he had a knee replacement and then in November 2023 got a terrible infection from it, leading to its eventual removal.
Ever since the conservatorship started coming to an end, he had a string of really bad health issues.
Jamie reportedly explored every other option, including multiple unsuccessful surgeries before resorting to full amputation.
Unfortunately, the surgeries were unsuccessful and doctors had to amputate one of his legs.
This news comes after it was reported that the 71-year-old was facing serious health challenges with frequent hospital visits, including stays at a facility for infectious disease patients. The recent update brings further details on the situation. At the time, sources were saying that Jamie had lost more than 25 pounds due to these health issues, which were related to a knee replacement surgery he had back in the mid-2000s.
We hear Jamie underwent multiple unsuccessful surgeries prior to the amputation, which was the last resort.
Obviously, this is a pretty serious health scare, especially since losing a limb is usually the last resort. But insiders are saying that this does not mean Britney is looking to mend their very complicated relationship. One source tells Page 6, quote, Britney is on a healing journey, but a reconciliation with Jamie is not in the cards. Now, there was some speculation as to whether the dad and daughter relationship could ever heal. Britney recently shared some throwback pictures of the Spears family on Instagram. Most were of her and her kids, but one was actually with her dad, Jamie. It had no caption, so we didn't really get any insight into the post, but this had people wondering if Britney was extending an olive branch to her dad.
That's fair.
There's more. Our sources say Britney has been saying she misses her dad and even talked about sending him money at one point.
So this speculation was also fueled by some sources telling TMZ that Britney has softened to her dad lately and even misses him sometimes. Also adding that Jamie is open to the idea of making amends. It's also worth noting that Britney and her mother Lynn have been getting along lately, and her relationship with her sister Jamie Lynn Spears seems to be healing. So there are some very conflicting reports, but if we look at the history between Britney and Jamie, I'm not sure the relationship could ever heal, or at least not fully. Britney became estranged from her father as she battled to terminate the conservatorship he had established in 2008, following Britney's open court declaration in 2021, where she described her father as cruel. A Los Angeles judge first suspended Jamie as conservator and eventually terminated the entire guardianship, which was a win for both the pop star and her loyal followers who fought for the Free Britney movement. In a recently published memoir, The Woman in Me, she provided a detailed account of Jamie's 13-year control over her personal and financial decisions, and it's quite disturbing. She compared her dad to a cult leader and felt that she was in a cult. In the best-selling book, Britney also claims that her dad had a severe drinking problem and took advantage of her success and vulnerability to cash in. Jamie previously denied all claims, but has yet to address the ones made in her book. As for whether Jamie's current health condition will bring the two together, who really knows? This isn't his first time becoming super ill. So back in 2018, Jamie was rushed to a hospital in Las Vegas where his colon spontaneously ruptured, and he underwent emergency surgery and was hospitalized for 28 days. So Britney released a statement at the time saying, "I'm dedicating my focus and energy to care for my family," adding that we have a very special relationship and I want to be with my family at this time just like they have always been there for me. So she's been there for him before during a medical crisis. Granted that this was before her legal battle with Jamie over the conservatorship.